Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Tuesday, July 7, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We're also going to take out the free trial display there so you could actually have me on full screen and ask your question. On the markets today, we have markets that are pursuing their fall because there's still the uncertainty that is surrounding the Greek negotiations. They're meeting with the creditors today. Angela Merkel made a statement saying that there's no basis on which we can negotiate right now with Greece because Greece has not come out with any new proposal, even if the population voted no. However, the creditors still are the ones who have the bigger part of the hammer, and because they loan Greece money. Now, with the situation here, where are investors putting their money in? Well, they're putting their money into the US dollar. And the US dollar here is the one that is surging today. The rally among the US dollar is creating a wave of selling pressure among the resources. So the resources that are taking the biggest hit are, first of all, gold that have reached its bottom of March. Now it's rebounding. There's also been oil, which pursues its decline. I know I've said yesterday that HOD was short term because I don't think it was an entry point on HOD because the oil has been declining for the last few days. And right now with this rebound, we cannot say it's a bottom at all because there's no confirmation that this intraday rebound will continue or will pursue itself in the next few days. Silver as well is taking a big hit today, clearly confirming a clear breakdown. So in terms of strategies for the resources, I'm talking of physical resources, gold, silver, oil, well, it's all about bearish ETF. So this is why on MarketGurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days. What we said in the 950 show at opening is that you can open some positions in those bearish ETF that track the resources. So that there is ZSL on New York for the silver, HZD on the TSX for the silver. It doesn't have a lot of volume for HZD, but it does represent an opportunity today. Those opportunities could turn out to be opportunities for swing trading. However, we continue to have uncertainty with Greece, and if investors continue to see the US dollar as a safe haven And if ever the rally continue among the US dollar, definitely will pay off on those bearish ETF that you're opening today, such as HZD, those are in GDST for gold, HGD on the TSX for gold, HND, not forget HND because natural gas prices is not related necessarily to the US dollar. And for the silver, you have ZSL or HZD. So those are actually the ETF that could turn out to be swing trading opportunities, which means ETF you buy today and you might hold on to in the next few days if the decline continues. Now, if we take a look also at what's happening on the other market, other indices though, today we have the Hang Seng again that is pursuing its fall. It has been so great on the Shanghai index that the government, there have been 25% of the listed companies in the Shanghai index that were trading have been halted. And this is really something that kind of worries investors, because they're saying that they're gonna buy some shares and hold on to them as long as the index remains below 4,500 points. Well, it seems like investors are not reacting positively to that news, and this could be one of the reasons why we continue to have this massive sell-off on the Hang Seng market. One ETF you could track to benefit from this bearish momentum is YANG, Yang, on New York. So that's an ETF you could do to track the bearish momentum on the Chinese index. The thing is, you have to take into account that the Shanghai index, the Hang Seng index, has lost a quarter of all its rise since the beginning of 2015. So right now we are, if you're buying Yang, which is the bearish ETF on the Hang Seng index, well then you have to take into account that you might not be able to take quickly some profit, because eventually we're going to have some rebound along the way with the stochastics that is really close to the oversold situation. So that's the risk that you have to take into account. I'm not saying that the index could not pursue its decline. It could though, because as I said, investors are reluctant to believe that the measures announced by the government will be sufficient enough for the economy. So in the next this segment here, I'm going to take a look at some news that we have. We have some news on Horizon Pharma. They want to acquire Depomed for $29.25 share, $29.25 per share. Advanced Micro Devices, they're lowering their guidance for earnings, and they expect to have decline in their sales of 8%, an 8% decline in their sales in the second quarter. Terraforma and SunEdison, they announced the acquisitions of wind farms in the US and in Canada from a private equity firm, a Canadian private equity firm, for $2 billion. So SunEdison and Terraform Power will pay together $2 billion for wind farms. I'm sure they're mostly in Ontario. Jean Coutu released their earnings. It's unfortunate that the stock is taking a big hit. What I've read is that the company has been impacted by the new regulations in the province of Quebec, where we actually have some new laws that makes it more costly in terms of some medication. I know the company also increased their dividend. They will increase their dividend as well. This is what I know that happened there. So really, Jean Coutu is in a situation that's not so favorable at all. It's breaking an important support of 2014. The thing is, on the earnings, I think if you're still a shareholder of Jean Coutu, I'll be a little bit more patient. Now, the thing is that we need to have this 21.25 support of 2014 being broken down before confirming a massive sell-off on Jean Coutu. I think with what happens with the earnings, they're slightly below estimates. The fact that they're paying some dividends, so some cash is going to get out eventually in the company because they increased it. Those, I think, are some factors where there have been some panic. But I'd like to wait for 21.25 and below on Jean Coutu before selling that. That's really if you're more medium to long-term shareholder on Jean Coutu, right? Because this is unfortunate that we're getting back to this level here, but I think if you're a medium to long-term shareholder, you should be a little bit more patient. Denison Mines, they will merge with Fission Uranium the buying price is $125 per share, but the stock has not reacted that much to that buy offer. They will pay $483 million. So this is why Denison Mine is taking a big hit. We would have thought that such a deal like that would have created some buying pressure in the uranium sector, but it didn't at all. If we continue here, where there's Cernova that signed an agreement with a hospital in Massachusetts, and Stone Point Energy will be acquired by Endurance Energy for 7 cents per share and cash. Now, some questions here. We have some questions on DOM. HOD 905, take a profit at 1110. Okay, so you did a good job. I think you did definitely a good job. HOD right now is overbought. You see all oil is doing, right? Oil right now has already reached a former bottom here for oil. So this is definitely a good strategy that you did, a good trade. Really done. You should be proud of your trade on this one. You should continue to hold on to your positions on HOD. It's good that you took some profit. Now, as I said, what could explain the oil pursuit of its decline? That's if the US dollar pursues its rally. And if the US dollar pursues its rally, definitely the resources are going to take a hit. And this is why I said at opening that those of you who are buying some bearish ETF today or bought some bearish ETF 1 day ago, well, those opportunities could turn out to be swing trading opportunities, which means you could hold them for the next few days. So you bought HXD at 43. What do you see support for TSX? Okay, well, first of all, let's take a look at the TSX here. We see the TSX right now has reached the bottom of its downward corridor. So technically speaking, it's kind of normal that we have a rebound here for the TSX. Now, it's tough to say what are the next targets on the TSX. We could actually pursue a decline towards 14,182, which corresponds to a former support that has been tested many times. So there's about possibly 400 points to be lost in the TSX, but that doesn't mean that because we have tested the low of this downward corridor that we might not have a rebound. So for HXD, I think you have to remain patient as long as the TSX, for me, doesn't reverse this short-term downward trend and doesn't go above 14,682. If the TSX stays below 14,682, hold on to HXD. Now, what's your target to take some profit on HXD? That's if the TSX could reach either 14,250 or 14,000. But I think that today, if you bought today, you might have to witness some correction in your positions on HXD because it's really likely that the TSX might rebound after several days of decline on the TSX due to the resources sector.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So welcome back, folks. So we have one question here from Z. Does that mean that the bullish one is Yang? You're talking about China. Well, actually, Z, this is Chad is the bullish ETF. Sorry, Chad is the bearish ETF. There's also Yang, which is a bearish ETF. So the ones with an S are bearish ETF on China. Now the ones with an I is the bullish ETF. So it's Yin. YINN on New York. That is the bullish ETF on China. So I hope this information will help you, Z, if you want to benefit from the decline that we have on the Chinese index. Now, as for this question is here. Please validate your info in DML and FCU. It is not sold at 125. Well, I can show you here. This is the news. Canada's Denison Mines to buy fission uranium. It's Reuters who published this article. So they agreed to buy fission uranium for $483 million. So this is actually the new company will be named Denison Energy. So this is a merger that they will do. So far, they only say that fission shareholders, they will receive 1.26 shares of Denison. So it's official. It's news that has been published on Reuters today. So we also publish this news on MarketGurus.tv as well. Now, as for the best short opportunities today, folks, let's take a look at some of them. I don't really like potash on the TSX. I prefer the ones in New York. Clear breakdown there on Potash Corp. Is pursuing its decline. The thing, though, is that with Potash Corp, what could explain this wave of sellers is possibly maybe investors are expecting that the deal with KS might not go through, that they will be blocked. I think this is creating some selling pressure to Potash Corp, and the stock is clearly confirming a clear breakdown, breaking an important support. But I will go in gradually on that stock, not open a full position on that short opportunity. And as an exit point, I'll put it at 31.24. Now, TripAdvisor, also a nice short. The stock could reach its former resistance of April and May towards 82.50. It's not 10%, but that's the minimum potential that you have. El Polo Loco, clear breakdown there as well. The thing is that the longer we stay within the sideways formation, the better is the technical signal that is coming out of it. Now with the market's rebound, the stock is having an intraday rebound. So I'd like to see, can that stock make a new low intraday? If it can't, well, that will be a false breakdown. So for me, if you see El Polo Loco on NASDAQ goes above 2020, that will confirm the reversal of this intraday downward trend, and that will confirm that today's breakdown, today's selling signal is a false one. So this is something you have to take into account in this one. Qualcomm, look at Qualcomm. Yes, it's a breakdown. Now, can this breakdown, can we believe in it? Can it continue? I don't think so. And this is the reason why. First of all, we have a stochastics here that is totally in the oversold situation. So that's a signal that today's breakdown might not continue as much, because if a stock is in the oversold situation while it's breaking down, the probability that buyers might come in is high. Second thing, look at the bullish divergence on the histogram. So the stock is making a new low, right? A new low today, while the MACD histogram 728.7 is still higher than that low here. So it's not normal. That's a clear bullish divergence. The stock is oversold. So that's why a stock like Qualcomm is not considered a great breakdown. So this is some coaching I'm doing with you guys just to make sure that if ever you're subscribing to MarketGurus.tv, having a market vision software also allows you to have some indicators to determine when a stock is a great buy or not. And usually stochastics, MACD, histogram are some indicators that we'll look for to determine if it's a credible breakdown or not. So Qualcomm, let's eliminate that stock from our most interesting breakdowns. We have ICE. The thing is with ICE is that it's just starting a breakdown. It's clearly reversing an important upward trend. So far, we have the 10-day moving average in red that has not went below the 30-day moving average. It could do so if the decline continues on that stock. Now, it could have a target towards 11.48 on a stock like that, but it's just the beginning of a movement. So with that stock, I'll go in gradually instead of opening a full position. I'll go in gradually on a stock like that, open a half positions or a quarter of a normal positions. And Marvell Tech, a clear breakdown on that stock as well. It also remains one of our favorite, could actually reach the low of its downward corridor towards 12.35. As for the best day trade of the day, it's that stock here. It's St. Joe. There are bearish ETF that are interesting though, but we didn't recommend any bearish ETF because with the intraday rebound that we have in the market, it was not that interesting. We didn't have as much entry point, but Joe gave us a lot of entry points. One here, one there, another one there. We could have another one that's coming soon on Joe. Look, we have a stochastic that's reversing its downward trend. Good thing. Volumes need to increase a little bit more on Joe, and the entry point is going to be towards 1695 on a stock like Joe. Now, what is the target on a stock like that? Can it continue towards its 200-day moving average in one shot? I doubt it. I think definitely that Joe is going to have a pause. One thing you could look for is to put a Fibonacci retracement, and we see that we have already reached 50% of the Fibonacci retracement. So I doubt that today we could have that. But if you had Market Gurus.tv and open some positions at opening on Joe when it was recommended in our day trading picks, well, then you're definitely in a situation where you could take some profit. It's not enough. It's only 6.78%, but that has been the best performing stock on the upside. And those of you who want to open some bearish ETF today, folks, I think it's okay to hold on to them. Even if the market has a rebound, those bearish ETF could turn out to be swing trading opportunities if ever investors continue to buy the US dollar, especially with the uncertainty with Greece, because the meeting is going on today, but so far seems to be no new deal that came out of those negotiations. So that said, see you tomorrow at 12:30 on the Swing Trading Show on DecisionPlus.com.